All right, so here we are. Did not do any videoing today at work, although I probably should have. Got a new member. This is the second time I've seen him. He is a character, and I am sure that he will turn up in these videos sooner or later. Unfortunately, today he did not have the matching top and shorts that he wore the first time I saw him. But he did feel the freedom to express himself out loud to anyone around him that could hear after every set that he did. That's always fun. It's bad enough when you count your reps out loud for everybody to hear, but then when you put the weight down and go, whoa, that was rough. Whew. You don't need to do that after every set. Everybody in there has their own version of rough. We don't need to be taught about yours. But that's just me. He is a nice gentleman. He's just a little peculiar. I'll take peculiar over rude any day. All right, so I'm on my regular Friday after work errands, which usually include dropping off the recycling, which I have already done, and picking up some lottery tickets, which I am about to do. And then before getting my father's breakfast, which I normally do, I am picking up a grocery order. So very nice. Instacart is great, and the delivery is great, but it's more expensive. If you're out and about anyway, let them do the shopping for you and pick it up when you're ready and willing and able. So that's what we're doing today. We're going to let them do the shopping, and I'm going to pick it up on my way home from work. So that's my morning. I have been assured by the contractor that they will be done today. I will believe it when I see it, because there's a lot left to do, and I really can't believe it's taken this long to do it. But supposedly they're going to be done today, and I can't wait to show you. Time for lottery tickets. See ya. Okay, so it has been a day. I did fall asleep. Didn't want to, but I did for, I don't know, I'm going to say less than an hour, but close to it. In spite of the assurances from the contractor that they would be done today, they are in fact not done today. The door from the house to the deck is finally installed. It took them all day. That's just the door, not the storm door that goes on the outside. Obviously, a storm door goes on the outside. Storm door's not in yet. The crookedness of the frame to the door, which was the main reason for getting the door replaced, is still evident. Not as bad as before, but nonetheless, it's still there. I'm hoping that it can be rectified either with some sort of adjustment, or that the storm door will thoroughly seal up the small area that is exposed. I can stand in the living room and see sunlight coming in the gap at the top of the door. I guess it's up to me to paint the crawl space door frame. That's not even been discussed. They replaced it and looks fine. It just needs painted. I'll do it. I'll do it just to get them the hell out of here. The garage door frame is not done yet either. The guy today, not the main contractor himself, the man whose name is on the business, he's out of town celebrating his 40th birthday. I know this project isn't a big deal to him, certainly not as big as his 40th birthday, but it's a big deal to me. So when it's taking 8 days to do this, I'm a little perturbed that he's taking today away from the work site. And in spite of the assurances that it would be done today. And the front porch still isn't done. It wasn't touched today. The garage door wasn't touched today.
They did return the garage door opener and the keys to my shed, which reminds me I need to go make sure that they actually locked the shed. Because I did kind of spiral out of control as to negative thoughts as to what could happen here, and one of the things I thought was they could not give me my garage door opener back or my keys to my shed. They could lock the shed, take the keys, and I wouldn't be able to get in, blah, 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 blah. I guess I should also take inventory of the shed, just to be on the safe side. They still have tools and screws and whatever, extension cords and shovels and stuff everywhere, including the front yard, which they really have done a number on by driving through it. In spite of the fact I told them to drive down the side of the house that isn't having anything done to make the grass nicer. The front yard is having stuff done to make the grass nicer, and they've continued to drive over it. I know it's my fault for not putting my foot down. I should have made it very clear that they needed to not do that. I did make it clear that it was not preferable, but it's not their yard. They don't give a shit. They're not paying for somebody to come do the fucking chemicals and all that shit on the yard, so why should they care? It's more convenient for them. I certainly hope that I am not asked to give any kind of online review, Google review, Facebook review, because I can't. The work might be good, but the lack of concern for the customer is highly aggravating. I won't recap it again, but this has taken too long. I'm sorry. I know that this isn't my job. I don't know everything that goes into it, but I cannot imagine that a normal home renovator / contractor, whatever you want to call him, would say 8 days for this one project. If I did the math, he's got to be losing money on labor unless he's just not paying them anything, or he's going to sock me with another bill. Now, that said, I did get another invoice. I was expecting it, but the price went up about 20 to 25% from the initial estimate, which I kind of understood. I do kind of understand, because there were some things that showed themselves to need rectified as the process went on. But nonetheless, this has not been a good experience. This is exactly what I wanted to avoid by having waited so long to do this, because I just couldn't help but think, I've seen Mike Holmes one too many times deal with shoddy workmanship, bad characters, and I'm not saying these guys are bad guys. I'm just saying they're not bad guys. They're just slow workers who have little regard for my concerns. I am paying them nicely, I think. I'm thinking if you do this in a week, that's pretty good money. What I've given, minus the money for materials. I do kind of wish I had asked for, and I am writing these lessons down in the notebook of my mind, for a more clearly itemized list of expenses. That said, the deck is accessible from the inside of the house now, which is nice. It's not exactly pleasant out there because it still needs to be cleaned up a little bit, and I don't have any furniture for out there, so I'll need to get at least some sort of chair for my father to sit in, and probably some sort of table / umbrella combo, something. I would like to take the grill from the garage area to the deck area where it probably belongs. I'm so ready for this to be over. I need to cut my grass. I've waited and waited and waited to cut the grass, which I'm going to have to clean up some of their mess before I can even cut my grass. We upgraded to AT&T fiber optic that came running through the neighborhood. Remember all that? When they cut my cable out here and I had no Wi-Fi for a week? Yeah, we went ahead and upgraded. So the guy came to install it. He installed it. The cable's still laying across the yard. Hasn't been buried yet. So when I do cut the grass, I have to be extremely careful as to being aware of where the cable is and not running over it. Oh my God. Y'all, this is just nuts. This is not a complicated thing. If you can schedule guys to install cable, how much difference can there be between the installation and the burial? You would think, oh, I installed your cable this morning. Joe X is going to come by this afternoon and bury it. Nope. It's gonna be at least Monday, and I don't really even expect it then. And he'll have to work around the contractors who are still going to be here Monday, and the yard guys who are coming to overseed and aerate my yard that I have to cut sometime this weekend after my doctor's appointment Monday morning. I kept asking if they were going to be done this week. Actually, he initially said they would be done last week. They've had a whole other week now. They're still not done, and I have a 9 o'clock appointment Monday morning, a 7:30 appointment Monday morning, a 9 o'clock appointment Tuesday morning, an afternoon appointment Thursday. Somewhere in there, I've got laundry to do and all of the normal stuff that I do throughout the week, groceries and showers and shaves for the old guy in there. Remember I said I wouldn't call him the old man? And I haven't worked out yet today. 10 minutes after 6, I haven't worked out yet. Yeah, I got my hair all pulled back. I guess it's long enough to do that now. I kind of am glad because it was just getting on my nerves today, but I still don't want to cut it because it's all the hair I have. My hair's going away. I did have a split moment. I shouldn't say a split moment. I've had a lot of thinking about all of these hymns and then Rogaine and all of that bullshit for hair growth, and I just am not going to do it. Not going to do it. I'll let it all fall out. I don't give a shit, I guess. I mean, I do give a shit, but not enough to spend the amount of money that some of those things cost. Most of those things cost. Anyway, I'm rambling again because I don't want to exercise, but I can't break the streak. Have I told you about the streak? Have I mentioned the streak? I need to tell the story. It's not a long story, but I need to get behind the streak. Anyway. Manwiches tonight for dinner because it's easy and cheap and I'm not eating it anyway. So, manwiches aren't fun without a bun, and I can't do the buns. I just can't. I have a bread I can use for sandwiches, which is probably what I am going to have. But those are not the kind of breads that are good for sandwiches. They're just no fun. Falls apart. Forget it. Just as soon have a ham sandwich. I did get ham today. There goes one of my neighbors. I think that was him. The female half of that couple is quarantined. We worked together. I noticed she wasn't there this morning for her class. There was a communication breakdown and the class showed up and there was no teacher. And then the communication error was made evident and word got around that she has COVID. So anyway, none of my business. Just thought of it because the husband just drove by. I guess I'm going to row. My back hurts. I'm not sure why. Maybe I 10K yesterday, I think maybe I let my form break down, and when I do that, I'm sore. I think that's probably what happened. I'm not in the mood for a 10K today. I'm barely in the mood for an 8K. Today might just be a 6K kind of day. And I should do weights, but I'm probably not going to. I got a lot done. I got 2 loads of laundry. Cleaned up some old messes that I've been frustrated with. Took a little time, but I had it today. I do I appreciate the clean sheets when I go to get in bed tonight, because I showered this morning. I'm about to exercise, so the shower will feel great, and freshly cleaned sheets with lavender sprayed on them will feel great. And I'll probably sleep like a baby. And Spurs play late game tomorrow, so I don't have to get up real early. I don't even know what the Premier League schedule's like tomorrow. There were 2 matches this afternoon. I fell asleep during the one that was on television. But Southampton lost to Aston Villa. I don't really give a shit about that. We beat Southampton, so Aston Villa beating Southampton when Aston Villa's having a shit season is not exciting. Spurs have to play better than they did midweek, or they'll lose tomorrow. Haven't lost yet in the Premier League, so that could be good. Stay near the top of the table. The schedule's getting all screwed up now. The Queen's death has really wreaked havoc on the football schedule. Not just the English Premier League, but the Premier League teams who play in other competitions. Right now, just Europa and UEFA Champions League, FA Cup, League Cup. That stuff hasn't started yet, but I'm sure that schedule's going to be askew as well. And that damn World Cup right in the middle of the season. Okay, I am thoroughly rambling all over the place. Oh, my scratch-offs were successful today. I did not get all of my money back, but I got most of it back. That's kind of been how it's going for me lately. I've been on a good run this year with scratch-offs. Now if I could just hit that fucking Powerball. Woo, buddy. I'll get the house torn down. Get somebody I trust to build me a new one. Hey, Mike Holmes. Oh my God. We have nice beaches in South Carolina, Mike Holmes. Canada's great, eh? But so is South Carolina beaches. Oh, me. Well, it's been nice chatting for almost 16 minutes. I should go. A friend of mine's last day was today. Last work day. Not last living day, thank God. No, last work day. She was retiring, effective today. And she just isn't good about communicating. Sometimes you reach out and you don't get reached back. But it got me thinking about when will that day come that I'm comfortable saying, okay, I'm retired. Now I'm coming back to the Powerball thing. Maybe that's what it takes. Anyway, all right, enough blah blah blah. I'm getting on my rower and gonna sweat a little while. Have a good weekend. I'll be back tomorrow. See ya.